May God be with you all. I'm trying not to show, my shirt. So, Lord, forgive me. I just want to get on and say hi. I always just be coming in the midst of the dark, and I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still trying to survive. Um, I want to say blessings to everybody. I hope everything is well with people. Um, you know, I've just been trying to chime in and get things right with the Most High, and be attentive to Him. And it's kind of hard to do. That's when I know something is up. Excuse me. I had just got through eating, so I'm trying to. But anyway, I'm just trying to chime in with people and get the understanding that God is on His way, and it's just too many going away. Excuse me for a minute. It's just too many going away. Hold on. All right. It's just too many going away. I'm leaving this earth, and people ain't saying nothing. People ain't really out here trying to preach to the world, and that's what God has called all of us to do. And everything has its timing, but when you call on the Most High, He can definitely have your back. Excuse me. So that's why I'm just here to encourage people to say, whether people on my channel or not, because there's some things that's going on, behind the scenes, and I'm just trying to make light of what I can, and what I can't fix is it up to the Most High, and that's what y'all gotta be knowing. It's up to the Most High, and some things is people gotta come clean with themselves, because I mean you have to realize that people are gonna hate you regardless, and if you don't do what's right before the Most High, don't you leave this earth. Don't you leave this earth without getting it right before the Most High. And you probably gonna have to do something in public. If you did something against somebody, you're gonna have to go before the Lord in public for apology, Jason, because He's not letting you in the kingdom of heaven. And so that's what I'm trying to get people to gear up and ask the Most High, what is it that I need to be doing? You know, you got people that are so prideful. I talk about it all the time of narcissist abuse, where they think that you're supposed to bow down to them. And like I said, with Jesus in the 40 days and the 40 nights, you're never to bow down to your enemy. You only supposed to bow down to the Most High. Don't y'all forget that. Don't cave in, no matter what it look like. Believe me, the enemy is all about bringing a delusion to your mind of making you think that there's a no way out. And that's what I'm trying to ask y'all, those who are righteous people, because my channel is mostly for righteous people. But I don't mind anybody coming in and chiming in. Just be respectful. But I'm just saying that my channel is for righteous people. The Bible says that He gives you the power to endure, or He'll bring you out. You got to get these scriptures. The Most High. Before I did anything in the pandemic to walk any closer to Him, He needed to know that I knew His word. So what's the point of me saying I love God and I can't quote scriptures? So you got to know scripture, because He said there's going to be a day that they take away these Bibles, and you got to have it in your heart. And that's where some of you struggle. You got to have it in your heart. You got to have it in your heart that that His mighty word is a double two-edged sword. It does what it said it will do. If you have it in your heart, you ain't afraid of no Freemason or anybody else. You know what I mean? I got people sitting here daily trying to conspire. And you may not even know. They probably trying to conspire on you. On things, how can I bring this person low? How can I bring this person down? On a daily basis, they wake up before they can wipe the coal out their eye and saying, how can I target this person and sending fear to the public? You know what I mean? And that's where you have to use the Holy Spirit in this. And some of these people, I mean, you don't owe it to nobody, but sometimes God says, talk to these people. I'm sitting right now in a hotel room, And, you know, they wanted me to be personal about how I got here. You know what I mean? How I got here. And I don't know. I'm protecting the person that did this. I mean, whether they know or not, I don't know. But the person that did this was trying to help. Was trying to help. And, you know, it took a strength. It took strength in doing what they did because they was afraid. Because whoever it is, they just got these people spooked. They just keep spooking them or keep paying them out. You know, they the little rental thing and so forth. I mean, you know what I mean? This is just something I'm in right now. You know what I mean? And there's so many things that's wrong with it. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, this is one of the places I usually go when I have my funds, and lately I haven't had my funds. I haven't had my funds. So, I mean, by the grace of God, I got here. And that person is covered with the precious blood of Jesus Christ. You know? Some of y'all, y'all get on here and y'all say, I'm no longer this. I'm no longer a Hebrew. I'm no longer a Christ. You know, y'all better decide what you're going to do. Because if you pull away from the Most High too much, he's not going to recognize you. He's all about those who recognize him. And the only way that he recognizes who you are is by doing his will, no matter what's against you. If he called you to do something to help somebody, then you're supposed to be doing it. You're not worried about persecution. You're not worried about who hating, watching, waiting, lying. And that's where I cut some of these channels. These people that I gave and support, and they slap me in the face and say, oh, you know what? This ain't for you. This ain't for female. My channel's about men. Okay, so then you should have told me that when I put my money into building your channel. That's what you should have said. That don't give me no man, don't give me no money because you a female. Let these men do it. But then they go around talking about the other pastors, T.D. Jakes and them. Yeah, you ain't no different. I'd rather give him to T.D. Jakes because T.D. Jakes has a church. I don't know what you do behind the scenes. So, yep, I would rather, but I use the wisdom and what I'm given, okay? I use the wisdom, but I'm trying to figure out what's the difference between you and T.D. Jake. The difference is he has a collection plate and you got a cash app. That's the difference. Some of you ain't fooling God. You're not fooling God with this. This is the time where you want to get right. This is the time where you really want to be right with Christ. And there's so many things going on with my cell phone. I get texts. Never answer a text if you don't know what it is, or an email. For those who don't know. Some people want to just get in the midst of this hustle, because that's what I call it, a hustle, of getting in here and misusing anything that's in my phone or my email just to hustle, because they don't want to go get up and go work. They don't want to do what's right. The very same people is spewing, oh, we love you, we care about you. No, you don't. If you cared about me, you still let me live my life amongst the people who I trust, or who I feel a little more trust than others. You won't have to come up here and harass and put false allegations on my son. I had to just recently see my son and daughter over a month. See, they keep trying to punish me or my kids on something, and I'm done with that. I'm not allowing y'all to control my life or anybody else. I'm talking about the state, because Georgia, you need to fix your state. You know what I mean? This is why Trump is cleaning out. He's getting rid of a lot of these Section 8s. You're wondering why? Why is he trying to do? No, it's because people who keep claiming, they keep doing shifty things just to get this, get credit scores, to get income. Get food stamps. I don't know how long it's been since I get food stamps, but you got a court mandate that a person that's homeless, less than 6 months, I gotta try to find a roof over my head that has three. It has to be 3 bedrooms. I have to find work, even though I keep going down to Walmart. Somebody keep trying to sabotage my work. They keep stagnating. They just had a job fair July 3rd. Why didn't I know about that? Why didn't I know about that? Because that's what they all about. Keeping me out of the loop. So whoever's sitting here trying to put a hit on me, because that's what it is, using gang stalking or proxy by stalking, thinking that they can get ahead in life. But I tell you, that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, you got to serve Yahweh. Because they done something, trying to misuse my son. He got stuff all on his face. You know what I mean? I mean, he has eczema, and I have eczema too, but not to that extent. So it's a shame that I gotta sit up here in a McDonald's and wipe his skin and help him fix his shoes and stuff to try to make him look dysfunctional. Tearing down our people because you got the wrong one. You got the wrong one if you think I'm gonna explode on something that the Most High said I got him. When the Most High speaking to me and telling me stuff, God said, just go and fix your baby's face because I got them too. I got them too. Because they ain't going to be able to fix their face. They ain't going to be able to fix their face for what you do. Just go ahead and straighten your baby out. Because they'll stir my baby. I don't care how old they is. Straighten them out. Because I'm telling you, those who sitting here on social media, yeah, you too, who collecting something, yeah, I'm talking to you. Because you think it's funny? You think it's good to collect an income? Because you think, I don't know what's going on? You sadly mistaken because, hey, whatever the Most High do, he do. Because trust me, I don't talk about all the judgments that people who came into my life that was supposed to help me, people who thought they had the upper hand on me. I don't never say nothing about them, but maybe I need to make a video of understanding that you're not coming for the righteous one here. Hey, Martin, God bless you. If you think that you go cover me, I'm sad you don't understand that I hand mines over to the Most High. See, you ain't gonna catch a homegirl from McDonald's. You're dealing with someone that's mature. Don't I look mature? I had to take everything out so people can keep understanding that I'm not a little child. I'm not a young woman. I didn't see myself looking that young, but I guess to some of these white people, I look of a younger age. What you saying, bro? Let me see. So, did you see trending with shares, disrespect, Ringo, and Brainwaves, and Rollo, and Christina? No, I don't. It's called trending. That's her name. I know that's one of the things I don't see here and there in any one of them. But I'll check it out. Well, I mean, what am I supposed to see? Because you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, I be on here, I be in people's channels, and I know I have this intimidating thing. But I shouldn't be intimidating to people because the Deuteronomy 28 that said that they will fear you because you are of the Lord. And if you saying you serve the same guy I serve, then you ain't scared to tell nobody nothing. Some of you got to get it there, especially if you're a man. Especially you a man. That's why I could side with somebody named with Sheree. I could side with Sheree 77. I could side with her because some of you men that say that y'all righteous, you too endowed in the worldly things. That's why I could side with her. That's a shame. She shall be talking about certain things of a cult, but I don't know if that's a part of the protocol. I don't judge her because it's not something that I need to do. I can judge her when I got men and women both that's supposed to act like they for Christ and they're not. So we got to let Sheree in because everything she's saying resonates with me. Yeah, she's a beautiful woman. You know, if if push me to shove, I can clean up. Y'all ain't never really seen me. Really see me. Oh, I know how to break. I know how to break it down. I know how to get in complete and total shape if I really wanted to. But that's not the case here. I'm not doing this for show. I'm doing this about loving myself for who I am and getting my kids back. It says, go to Eat the Real, show you what happened. Okay. Yeah, I know Eat the Real. She's something y'all don't understand. Y'all think I just jumped on the scene. I've been on YouTube since probably 2009 or sooner. I just never made my own video, but I've been connected with some of the TI community. So I remember Eat the Real. I remember her. Hey, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean to be this, but this is all about God is bringing everything back to figuring out who wants to. What do you want to do? He's definitely separating the wheat from the tares. And when you all about your hustle, that you don't give a damn about people, you going to hell. You not getting in the kingdom of heaven. But if you fronting, then you good. Just keep on playing like you worship God or Yahweh, and see what's gonna happen to you. Because God ain't taking care. And God ain't taking care of nobody. That if you don't acknowledge Him, He ain't acknowledging you. And that's where the Most High is. That's where the Most High is, and that's where I'm on this channel for a reason. I mean, I think I got persecuted because I didn't come on sooner, and that's just something that I had to go through. I don't care, about looking older. I always wanted to be older. I was always too young to do anything. I was born on leap year, but I mean, when I need to clean up and snatch up, God knows. But that's what I'm saying. That's what got me in this trouble. And that's where I have to be a leader for my sisters. And I got to tell them the truth. I'm not going to tell everybody and just join polygyny and they don't know Christ. I'm not going to tell my young sisters. I'm not going to let you so-called righteous men misuse them because you don't want to deal with your lust. No, I'm going to tell them what's right because God's putting me accountable. Because if there's a young, I got a young daughter now, and I'm trying to tell you, if get your schooling, yep, get your schooling on, take care of yourself. But if there's a man that got it, because you're a prize, no matter what they tell you, you're a prize. If you love yourself to know that God is real, guess what? God can find you a man to take care of you if you want that. If you want to go to school, because I'm not knocking those who have it, because some of us have a gift of the motherly, like myself. If you want to go up there and go get your education, because God gave us all skill, talent, skills, and abilities. We would have just said man. No, we all have gifts, talent, skills. Even the wicked do. It's just how you use them. So go out there, get your education, live life. Date different guys, and then women will say the grass ain't greener on the other side, and then they'll just roll with whoever God has called them to be. But when you're trying to throw them in there because they're young and they don't know much, that's when they want to leave. Because they say, I'm missing out on life. Excuse me. They say, I'm missing out on life. That's when they want to be with their friends because you're gravitating to them. You're trying to control them. And that's not what I do. That's not what I do. I don't care whose platform. Yep, I'm rolling a little under 150. I don't care about those things. At that word, if I have to deal with telling the truth or sitting here worrying about money, yeah, I need money. But I'm more important to tell the truth because our community is losing. Our communities, our black communities, are it's just death, senseless death. They get on social media, taking lives because we don't tell the truth. We just sit here and we post things about, did you see this? When you can be an inspiration to people, when you can stop some things. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at. Everything you can't stop. Everything is not your fight. But some things is. And when God called you to do it, you got to do it. You got to do it. And I know there's things God called me to do. And I'm saying, I'm tired. But little did I know, by me standing up and going ahead and doing it, the Most High had opened up doors just for me doing that. And that's what I'm saying. Are you really on fire for the Most High? Or y'all still want to play in this world? Whatever you holding on, your car, your house, your bank account, you can't take that with you when you die. So make sure you have your oil and your lamps. And that used to be my old screensaver. The picture that I have there, I really like, I want to change it, but that was when I had my car accident. When I had when Marietta police right here in Georgia sent my car 70 miles an hour because they knew I was trying to get my car fixed, my brakes fixed, so it looked like, she just let her car go. When that had happened, that's where you see my avatar that they had violated me. Wellstar had violated me, and that's where you see I got my shirt wrapped around my head, and I'm sitting here that the same night, the night that I talked to New Breed, or the day before, the day of, because they wanted me out. They had the car accident, and they wanted me out. And I called New Breed, and New Breed, I don't know what he said. Said something about he busy doing something or whatever. He didn't care. And you're saying, why are you calling New Breed? Well, I was calling him on the WhatsApp thing, and I was just letting him know that had happened because there were certain things that he was saying on his channel that would suggest he knew, and he wasn't saying it directly to me. And when I started putting 1 plus 1 together, I'm saying he knew about this, and so that's where I was trying to give him a chance to speak on it. That's what I was saying. But he's going to keep playing the game. I don't know what position he holds, and I'm not. It's not here me for to find out. If you're doing things against God's will, it's going to catch up to you. I don't care who's backing you. If it ain't the Most High, judgment's going to come. And that's where we at. That we're trying to do the right thing. God said to if you need to, cut your eye out. Pluck your eye out. That's what he's telling you. I'm struggling too. I'm sitting here. If it wasn't for today or something, I'd be sitting out there sleeping on the streets. I mean, not on the streets, but I'll find some type of shelterless thing. But I'm outside. I'm still celibate. I'm not selling my body. I'm not doing the wicked things to please everybody so they can come out of their comfort zone and say, hey, I knew Tanya was like this. I'm not selling my body to be with dirty, nothing-ass thugs or whatever out there. You see me? You see how I look? That's what I'm saying. Why am I doing all these, doing my hair and doing all these things? Just, they still lusting that. They still wanting me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm just saying I'm not perfect, but I'm saying, I'm not. I could suggest. I could say, hey, there go Big Buck Judy. She don't care. She got it all hanging out. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying, nah, yeah, because I know how to deal with them. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to get people to come clean. Because this is more about your salvation. Because you don't know when you take your last breath. It says neither the righteous or the wicked knows when you take their last breath. And you don't want to be caught on the other side. Because God ain't going to let you slide in a home run. He's not going to let you slide to the home run. He's going to have his pitcher met waiting right there while you sliding. You out. He's going to be right there waiting for you. Not sliding in the gates in the kingdoms of heaven just because you look good and you can talk some spiffy words. No, sir, no, ma'am. You got to get it right while you can today. You got to get it right while you can today. There's things to come. If you think what I go through, for those who monitor and watch, is hard, you don't know. God said it'll be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. And back then, they was basically raping men. That's why Lot had to offer up his daughters, saying, wait a minute, I ain't in that. He was willing to give his own daughters up just so he can be free, so he won't be raped. You see what I mean? That might be my dad. I don't know. Anyway, all these things, because they try to confuse you. And I don't care about the gist of the story. It's just you're trying to misuse and mistreat me and my kids and my rights. That's where I'm at. So, yeah, even the attorney acting slow. So, you know what? You know why? The only thing that I suggest the attorney do that you seem to be doing right is just call and tell me if we're going to court or not. Because I don't need you. You know what I mean? Because I started to tell him to sit down somewhere because he acting like he didn't know that we just needed to throw the case out. I've already did I already did the time. What is we doing here? So, I know they try to do that mental thing when the mental people, they get up there and they want you to go, no, I'm not doing that. But I bet you I win because guess what? God gave me the power and authority. If I can't afford attorney, then the Most High put it in me. He put it in me because you know what I mean. And I'm not saying that I need to do this or have to do this. It's just a matter of getting this resolved. Because if it's spilling into the YouTube community, then something got to be done. Talk to me about it. Yeah, I ain't afraid. Whoever it is, whatever it is. I just told a lady down here. Because when I come here, somebody want to be here, doing their little rituals. No. If there's a problem, let me know. Let me eat them because I don't care. Man, woman, or child. And that's how you got to be. You have to be a warrior for Christ. You have to be. Because they keep thinking that they can punk you and fear you into something. But when you serve the Most High, oh, no, ma'am, no, sir. That's the worst thing. If you don't know how to do anything, the worst thing to do, the worst thing for your enemies is exposing them. See, when they expose them, when I be exposing them, I get you guaranteed 9 times out of 10, I'm sending them home. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're not sitting here collecting a check, trying to provoke me and my kids. If I can see something going on, I got you. And I ain't afraid because God didn't put a spirit of fear in me. He said, I'm not giving you a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. And so, it's just some people just, they want to get, I know you want to be with me. I know. Look at how rough I'm looking. All that. I know. But I don't want you. You had a chance. Quit trying to use me. I don't know who you is or whatever you is. Stop lying on me and find your own life while you can. While you still got breath in your body, because I tell you, you're doing some real treacherous stuff, and the Most High is ready to judge. He ready to judge. And so that's why I say, I'm going to stay prayed up. I'm going to continue to serve the Most High. I'm going to praise his name. Nope, I ain't perfect. Hey, some things I got to be real with myself. I do cuss. So pray for me to stop cussing. You know what I mean? But sometimes when you're getting delivered from things, that it comes out, and it's just something. It's just something about the name Jesus that I'm not dropping for nobody because it does work. And he said, in the end, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus is. So those keep coming up here. You got a death warrant over your head. God said to put the blood of the lamb on the doorpost to keep away the angel of death. And let me tell you, if you poor, that's the spirit of death. You don't want to make no kind of covenant or agreement with Satan at this hour. Because he's looking. Do you know how many people die a day? Every day. Thousands of people die a day. They leave work. and never make it home, or they come from work or go to work and never make it. Huh? All right. Hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? Um, I don't know all y'all people, but I'm to all those new. I don't know who he is, but I'm gonna be respectful and welcome you. Like be respectful on my channel. You know what I mean? My channel is about helping people. You know what I mean? That there's things that's going on that's an injustice, and I don't back down. I don't back down the people. You know what I mean? I don't. Um, I don't care. I don't care if they're the police. I'm not backing down to you because if I'm not doing something wrong, you don't need to worry about me. And I don't know how they do here in Georgia, but you ain't, what's that? What they used to say? Wait till they get a load of me. That's me. I have a loving, cheerful part of me, and that's what I like to show. You know. Okay, God bless you, Martin. I think I've seen you before. Okay, I'm good too. But I'm just trying to tell you. This. I know there's, and that's where I separate myself from most women. And some of you women are scared to let the man tell the truth. Scared you're gonna lose him. Well, let me tell you, if you're scared to let a man be real with you, you already lost him. You never had him. You have to be able to be emotional intelligent to understand what a man is saying. If not, and we get so confused on our looks, put our makeup, get our filters right. I ain't never did that because I could never work that out all the time. But I figured it out. But I'm okay. Because somebody said I had filters on mine, and I'm saying, well, I can't figure out how to do it. Anyway, but I figured it out on an accident. And that's what I'm saying. Oh, that's how they be looking all silky. But I'm good. This ain't no filters. Anyway, I'm just trying to tell people the truth. You know, this is the reality. And God loves us all. He loves us all. And I'm considering myself that mother. I'm that mother that's on that block. Where are you supposed to be? Stop talking to them boys. Go see your mama. Now you can't do that because now here she come ready to fight you. You sitting there trying to keep her from getting kidnapped or trapped, and they get mad at you. So you can't really always do it. So you better just hear the voice of the Lord and just say let them go. Or introduce yourself to them. And that's what I do. For those who don't know me, still trying to figure me out. I have layers of who I am. I've been in so many different places and cities and towns and people that you'd be surprised who I've known and I didn't even know like there's something of specialty. But that's the calling that you have, that people, if you're a child of Christ, people want to get close to you. That you're just saying, I don't want nothing to do with you. That like Jesus did with the two possessed boys. They came running to Jesus. Y'all, some of y'all got that. But y'all frown y'all nose up at people and don't know who they are. And and you have your right to have your peace and whatnot, but be respectful. You don't know what people go through. And so that's where I say and keep it. You know what I mean? I'm not here to rant, but I'm just letting people know who I really am, a part of me, and the saying that I'm all about seeing you and I there, because we coming close. Revelations 3:11 says, Christ is coming quickly. Don't let him steal your crown, and that's why I got that crown right there. Don't let this a reminder. Don't let someone take you out of character where you're sitting on the front news, and that's a shame that Georgia would be a part of that. But I'm not surprised. I mean, it's predominantly black people But I'm telling you, I'm the wrong one. I'm the wrong ninja. I'm the wrong ninja for that. Yeah, I'm telling you, they starting to figure it out. When they see me coming, you know what I mean? Can't put everybody, you can't, and I always say this, you can't put a circle in a triangle. I'm not part of y'all. You saying no, we're not Freemason, but you doing everything that a Freemason does. You know, I lost two of my sisters of this. My real sisters. Well, one of them is adopted, but she's still my real sister. I still love her. Rest in peace, Jasmine. You know what I mean? And they still got their eye on the prize right here. You know, even saying that you should have been your sisters. Well, I'm not. I'm not. You know what I mean? Because God knows I'm not afraid of death. Not afraid of death. Don't let me confuse you on this. I'm just saying these are things that I have to battle on a daily basis. And that somebody somewhere has the same things going on and they're suffering. They're suffering because they don't understand what's going on with their life. I do. And because I called it out, they get even mad. And they want to adopt crazy on you or you know, whatever. And it doesn't matter what they're trying to put on you. You have to hold yourself accountable. You can't be out here killing people. You can't be out here doing things to get yourself caught up. And that's where I come on this channel and you know, I have to expose things. I have to expose things to people, so they can understand that this could be somebody in your community. You'll know if you have a community watch. You know, these are the same things that Newbury Global has tried to expose, but for some reason he's changed. You know, I used to support that brother. I used to support him. It says, yes, this is Martin's show. It says, that's why we lost other own people of our people. Then health, you know, because nobody's exposing it. They scared. They scared of these people. But God said He ain't giving you a spirit of fear. That's how you have to fast. Like I said, I did 3 40-day nights of fasting because God knew when I was a child I was just scary. I was scared of everything. You know what I mean? And that's how you know that God can change you. He can give you the tools that you need to be whatever you're dealing with in life. You don't let some bully tell you you need to take your life. No, I'ma still live. You live. And watch what's gonna happen. The more you live, the more they realize I got a problem. There's some times when they set up some events on, that's what I call them. They call them events. Where they saying, okay, let's give it one more shot. You know, that's where that's where you got to be in your Bible. You know, they saying, you know, they want you not to be on the streets. Nope, I'm going to be on the streets if I need to be. I'm never letting them control me. And that's where I tear away from the TI community. I love them. I love all of them. I tear away from them because I'm not letting them control me. I'm not trying to make their life easier, which is my family members or some of my old family members or let me not say family, old friends. Bought an agency. I'm trying to use the city, state, government, local official to try to put a tax on me. And they sit and watch. They watch my channel just to see, you said this. And so here they are want to put an attack on me of what I said. Just like my vehicle. I had said that they had staged that on another brother that was in Walmart shopping. They did that to his girlfriend. And they said because I exposed it, that's why they did my vehicle. And I'm saying, well, then I must have been right. See how they think? If you doing something just to retaliate, then that means I was right. So you don't have to worry about me. You know what I mean? But, you know, there were some things being said on Newbury Global's channel at that time. And I don't know why he couldn't reach out to me and say so. What was going on? So, you know, that's where I I have no association affiliation of that man. I wish him the blessings and the peace. But if you're gonna keep, things going, I don't know if you're doing it out of a paycheck. You got to talk to me some way somehow. Reach out on my email. I'll put my email. I thought I had my email in my channel, but I think I do put it on there and somebody deleted it off. So, because I try to make it where someone can contact me if they have questions. They don't want to do it on here. That's fine. I understand. I'm a personable person. You could always call me or write me, because I don't have no fear. But it's just when people that I have to reach out to YouTube, they act strange. They act like they can't call me. And that's what I want to know. It's okay. If you feel for whatever need that you need not to talk to me, don't talk to me. I'm not mad about it because I already know. You're not the first and you're not the last. so that's where I be personable with people. And people can reach out to me. And you know what? Like I did at the Jamboree, I met all kinds of people. That's how I met Brainwaves. I was at the Jamboree that Newbury had that said he was going to meet everybody. That said he was going to meet everybody and be personable. And he ain't say nothing to me. Barely spoke 2 words to me. Because I was looking for him to inspire my son. Just say a few words to him like he did the other young men that was out there. That's all I was looking for. If he couldn't do it, then nigga just say that. Some people be so afraid to say, I can't do it. That's all I was asking. I'm a reasonable person. You could always reach me. I don't know what all this stuff is. I'm going to have to go to my YouTube and understand what everything is. That's another reason why I feel like my channel ain't doing what it need to do. And then there's people that sit behind the scenes doing things to try to keep me from rising up. I know that's true. Hey, Selena. There's just people that sitting behind the scenes and thinking that they gonna hurt me or misuse me or whatever, because this is all about what the Most High told me to do before, and I didn't do it, and that's why I was being persecuted. When you don't do what the Most High tell you to do, He'll allow your enemies to attack you, and that's what I had to do. Yes, you know what, I'm using that the what's that called, hydrolyside vitamins, because I just had to do something, and then it's just some changes going on with me, monthly. Like I just had my skin clear now. Thank you, Selena, but hands down, I can't beat you. Selena got a beautiful skin, beautiful face. She's a beautiful sister, and that's what, that's where I have a genuosity in me. I don't mind reaching out to my sisters and telling them how beautiful they are and not being gay. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's just something that God gives me to say, look at her skin is clear and great. You know what I'm saying? And, I want them to be encouraged, so many men be tearing us down. So yeah, God put in me to say yes and not be afraid, not be timid, and not be gay. I can say that my sister looks great. Because my real blood-born sister, we used to do the same thing for each other. Oh, your hair look good. We don't uplift each other. We all backbiting, fighting, thinking that we can't get men. There's all kind of men for every type of woman. If you're doing what you can in life, if you're doing what you can in life, you should never be jealous over another sister getting a man. You should be asking her, how'd you get your husband? You know what I mean? I want to get a husband. Be real with her. Don't be sitting up here being fake and trying to see what they doing and, oh, I'm backbiting her. Let that sister have that husband. Let that sister shine, and she's beautiful. She's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that petty stuff against my sisters. And I know sometimes, with me, sometimes I do side with men because I'm not with some of the things that sisters do. It's hard to find sisters that truly love themselves and that is okay with who they are. So I don't have to pick and bully on another person, another sister. And that's just seemed like something they're doing today. That we got to make fun of, and I've been a victim. No, I make fun of my family members because they be on here and they always talking mess. And I tell them, Selena beautiful. She got her own hair and everything like that. So, I ain't never talking about my sisters, but to the ones that be sitting here coming and trying to bully me, yep, I tell the whole truth because they think that they smarter than me and they got a lot to learn. They got a lot to learn, of everything. And men, you know what I mean? Thinking they hurting me. I don't care if a man can't see who I am on the inside first. I mean, of course, I know I ain't put together today because I'm working out. So I was about to work out. So, but I never get to get on here and be personable. So, I do what I can, and yeah, I have my rough days. I have my rough days because it's about humid. So even if I did my hair, it's gonna frizz up again. It's like as soon as you go to the door, it's like. So yeah, I just put my hat on. One day I'm gonna get my hair braided. You know what I mean? Because that's a lot easier for me. I got things I got coming up to do, or things that I need to do, and I already know. So don't be freaking out, people. So when I do that, I just love on people, and I don't know. The Lord said that we'll be entertaining angels, so that's where I try to be that sweetness and loving, because I don't know what people go through. I take the time to hear them. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It's just a point that people want to pick on me, like, what's underneath that? And I had my hair covered up a long time. Right now, I got my thing because it's sweating. It's hot out there. And I mean, yeah, I mean, that's where I try to leave the wigs alone, because when I put one on, then I got to put another one on. But when you're dealing with homelessness or you're constantly on the go, it's easy to just throw it on and be like, so, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. But I know I'm not going to do this because it's, I can't style it the correct way. And it's been a minute since I actually not had a perm in my head. So that's where I'm at. That I could wear my real hair, but I'm so used to the creamy crack. And I'm trying to break that cycle. I'm just trying to really just let my hair grow out. You know what I mean? I had that incident with Wellstar where they didn't trying to take it all out of there. You know what I mean? I have to deal with those things. I still have to, deal with having my attorney look at these things, and they keep trying to go around them. You know what I mean? So I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down, and I'm just gonna keep strong. And you know what? Until God has it, that's just me. And usually, the Most High give me my way because He know I'm right. You just gotta hold on in there, keep praying, keep fighting, and then the Most High, will continue to help you. You just can't be out here whining and crying about stuff. You just kind of got to just hold your peace until your justice come, and that's how you do it. You know what I mean? I know you say, and people laugh at me because they say I ain't never seen you like that. At least you have your perm, your hair permed, and I know. But that's just where I'm at. That I'm trying to evolve, because what happens if we can't get access to these things? I'm trying to deal with these communities that mostly are Korean in them. They have all these things, and some of them been mistreating black people. So you know what I mean. So my thing is, what if I just leave all that stuff alone? You know what I mean? How am I going to buy stuff? Because a lot of the stuff I don't know what take for my hair. So they want me to buy it and say, oh, well, you screwed. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, I can't take it back, or can I use some on my hair? You know what I mean? You buying these hair cares, and they got it like $13 for a cream. Like, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm saying, I might have to be looking like this for a minute, or get my hair braided. That's probably what I do. I mean, wigs I can't do. I mean, I used to slay. I used to slay back in my day. I got pictures. I'll be trying to ask, my mother for my pictures, and she just won't. I haven't seen her, but I used to slay. But now I'm just more getting back to working back out. I have my little moments where I eat things and that I shouldn't eat. But I know I try to do it before 7 o'clock. Because if you do it before 7 o'clock and eat something that has like pepper in there, like cayenne pepper, or like yogurt, like Greek yogurt, or even just regular ice cream, and it'll come rolling out. It'll come rolling. Everything you had come rolling out. So I have gimmicks and things that I use. It was the olive oil that I had, and then I had to go to court, and they wanted me to leave that there because they thought that was alcohol, and I don't trust anything that's left out like that. So that's where I'm struggling right there. So I'm gonna have to buy a whole nother thing of oil, and that really brings my body in and my skin. So I gotta go get my lazy butt up. But I work out, I get in the sauna. I use those tools to help me. You know, that's what I do. You know what I mean? So I'm blessed. I'm glad that everybody who stopped through, who came through. I'm not. I don't want to. Mention. I don't want to mention. Um, you know. I try not to mention other content creators, but I just say, if anything is said about me, I said my truth. I never came against him. All I was trying to do is help. That's all I do with all y'all. Because, when I'm away from my kids, sometimes I get on here. You know what I mean? I get on when I can, but I still have a responsibility of things. But, all I try to do is help. And if that's too much, or I'm not doing something right, please email me or contact me or say it out loud. I don't care, you know, because that's where it's at. We should be looking out for one another. You know what I mean? And, that's where I'm at. Huh? It says, Selena says, right, I try it and it don't work. I know. Yes. It's just some people. And, I see, I got people from my old hometown coming in here being a bully. Don't let me catch it. Don't let me catch you. And you know what I'm saying? They scared of me. That's why they get on here. They're cowards. That's what I'm saying. They ain't for what I used to be, what I used to be, soft spoken, like Janet Jackson, a soft, sweet spoken person, and they just think, oh yeah, I can just go in on her. I ain't messing with none of my exes. You are the past. And some of them saying their exes, like I don't know you. You know what I mean? I remember everybody I done been with, but who cares? Cause you should have treated me right when you had me. And so that's where I just, cause some of these brothers, they having a midlife crisis. So if you see them on here, please forgive them. And they hiding in different avatars and stuff. Like, man, you almost 60 years old and you doing all this. Dang. So if you see him, once I figure out this whole YouTube thing, bear with me, y'all. Today's the day I'm trying to figure it all out. And then, may the blessings be to y'all. But I'm gonna get on off of here, and you know what I'm saying. I really like, if I could, have a conference, with either YouTube, with New Breed Global, Ringo, or Brainwaves. Or even you, Selena. I don't know if you want to do those kind of things with me, or what you do. I'm just saying. Because I'm just saying this whole thing is, you know what I mean? It's beneath us. We try to do something to elevate. And that's where I'm going with that. So I appreciate everybody who stopped through. God bless you all. I got to get in here. I got to work out. I got to get my arms toned, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's getting about 4 o'clock here. So I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Thank you, Selena, for doing your job. God bless you. And everybody else. Thank you, Martin. All right, y'all. Y'all see me tonight.